Hey everybody, Dr. Turpo here, Black America's Love Doctor, coming to you, talking to you about many issues that have to do with love and just life in general. So today we're going to talk about a very current issue at the time of this recording, and that is the COVID-19. It's a big issue going on around the world, not just in America, but around the world. And today's topic we're going to talk about is how to maintain a relationship with your partner as you all are locked up in the house together 24/7 in the home all day. So let's talk about that, shall we? The novel coronavirus is a pandemic. They've been talking about pandemic for a while now. It's about time and due for another one. And we have one now. It is rocking the world. It's changing the world. In a lot of ways, this is bigger than Katrina. This is bigger than 9/11. And it's very serious. This is very serious. And it is changing our norm. It's creating like a new norm that we're having to adjust to. And we had to do it quickly had to turn on a dime, shall we say, the drop of a hat. And so one of the interesting dynamics that's going on in people's households is that we are all practicing physical distancing now. And this physical distancing that we've been practicing has caused us to all contract and just to be in our homes together. And so as a result, for many couples, they're not used to being in the house. Not all couples, but for many couples, we're not used to being in the house all day together. So for many couples, that organic periods where we had these periods of being together and then periods of being apart, all that has been disrupted. So now we find ourselves just locked up, quarantined with each other pretty much all day long. So how do we deal with this? Well, one thing that we can do to help understand and help us to cope with this is, first of all, get rid of these idealistic, romanticized notions that we should always want to be together all day long. That's not true. You don't have to think that if you love each other, that means we have to be together and want to be together all day long. That's not true. Those things don't have to necessarily always be the case. There are strategies, and I'm going to cover a few strategies with you of how you can help deal with being together 24/7 all day long. It's a good thing to be with your love partner, but don't get hung up in thinking that we should have no problems if we're in the house all day long. It can be problematic. So what are some strategies that we can do? Number one, we can accept the diversity in your relationship. Now, what do I mean by accept the diversity? Understand that you and your partner are two different people. You are not alike. You have different likes, dislikes, oftentimes different backgrounds, grew up different genders, personalities, what have you. And you're going to see the world differently. You're going to react to the world differently. And if you can understand that people are different, they don't think just like you, they don't feel just like you, they don't behave just like you. If you can understand that your partner is a different person and accept that diversity, then you'll be much better able to cope with this dynamic that we're dealing with now with the physical distancing. One difference you might find is that one person is acting very calmly during this outbreak, and the other person may be panicking and have a lot of anxiety about the outbreak. Both of those can be a good thing. Okay, you don't have to complain or attack your partner for reacting differently. The one that is reacting calm can help make sure that we're keeping a level head during this pandemic that we're experiencing. And the other one that may be more panicking can make sure that we're staying safe. So it's good that you can have two people that balance each other off in your household. Both perspectives have value. We just need to keep that in mind rather than attacking the person and looking at them like they're crazy. Okay. Number two, what you can do is value being apart and together. Both things, being together and apart, are valuable. Again, before we had these natural organic times when we could be together, be apart. If you recognize that both are necessary, then if your partner says, hey, I just need some time alone, then you won't overinterpret it. What does that mean? You don't love me? What's that say about our relationship? It just says that I need some time alone. That's all it says. Don't overinterpret it. So plan on having some time alone and letting your partner have some time alone, and plan on having some time together. Sit down, watch a movie together, do some things. This actually is a good time because it can help people spend more time together when they've been out in the rat race, running around, not spending much time together. But in your attempt to do that, don't get upset if the partner also wants some alone time as well. Another thing that we can do is make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because if you can take care of yourself during this time, then you'll be more gracious in taking care of others as well. And how to take care of yourself, make sure you're eating right, eating healthy, whatever that means for you, because everybody's got different ideas. We have these arguments in our household about what a healthy diet is. Whatever you perceive to be a healthy diet, make sure that you're eating a healthy diet. Usually most schools of thought or diet defenders or apologists pretty much agree on the processed foods is not a good one. So if you're going to, whatever diet you decide to be on, eat real food. It would be my recommendation. So make sure you want to exercise and do some stretching. Keep your body moving. You want to get enough sleep. We really undervalue the importance of sleep in our culture. We tend to be sleep deprived. I've been trying to get more sleep during this time. I've been doing much better. I've been doing less caffeine. I've been trying to go to bed earlier or waking up later, actually, if you can't get to bed early. And this will give your body more energy. It can heal when it's sleeping. And so please do not undervalue the importance of sleep. We can talk about that in another video down the road. And also make sure that we're decreasing our use of alcohol and drugs. Now, another thing that we can do is expect some anxiety and depression. This is new. This is new. I was talking to my parents who said they hadn't seen anything like this. This is new. Everybody's trying to figure out how to respond and act during this time. So we want to make sure that you understand that people will react differently, as we were talking about before, but also people are going to have some anxiety and they're going to have some depression about all this. So this is the time, if we can expect that may happen, then we won't freak out and get upset and be overly concerned when we see that popping up in people. So one thing that we can do is actually let your partner know how they can support you when you are anxious or depressed. So at a time when you're starting to feel that, just let the person know, this is how you can best support me now. And you'd also ask yourself, how can I be more patient when my partner is showing signs of depression and anxiety? So kind of ahead of time, anticipate that this will probably happen and try to figure out how you're going to respond. Another thing that we can do is to, I say, don't infect your partner with the virus of negativity, okay? Now, what do I mean by infecting? You can infect people with a physical virus, but you can also infect people with an emotional or psychological virus. And we can do that with what I call the virus of negativity. Because if we're negative, people will get infected and they'll start being negative. And what you have in your household, you start getting like this negative downward spiral in your household. So if you feel yourself starting to get negative, because everybody does, depending on what your day is like or what's going on with you personally and the stresses and all the things going on in your life, if you feel yourself starting to get negative, you might want to do some physical distancing within your home so that you're not infecting your loved ones with your virus of negativity. Pull yourself, withdraw temporarily within your home, and get yourself together. Keep yourself from being too upset. If you get too upset, you want to make sure you calm down. Too negative, make sure you get centered so you're not infecting other people. There's different ways you can do this. Journaling, gratitude journal, writing down things that you're thankful for, and also write about what's happening. Another interesting strategy, is write about what's happening in your life, in your relationship, but write it in your journal as a therapist, like a neutral party, like a therapist. What would my therapist say if you don't have a therapist? But you can even say, if I did have a marriage therapist, if he was looking at what's going on with us, how would he write down what's happening? Because you want to do it from a neutral third party. And if we do this, this will give you more an objective viewpoint from your subjective, rather than your subjective viewpoint about what's going on between your relationship. So those are just a couple of strategies to how you can get calm when you feel yourself getting upset and negative. Just write down things that you're grateful for in a journal, a gratitude journaling, and also write down what's happening between you and your partner, but do it from a third party neutral perspective, like I said, such as a marriage therapist. So those are just some basic strategies, things that you can do during this time, spending on top of each other 24/7 with your partner, and just hope it's of value to you. And I just want to make sure that all you all out there, and that you're gonna be gentle, love each other, and take care of each other for the next coming weeks and months. So that's all I have. So thank you very much. Harmonious wishes. Bye.